as Javier was leading your horse past Classic Empire and across the finish line today?
Yeah. It was unbelievably exciting. Grew up 3 blocks from here, was a big fan of racing from a kid, and came to the Preakness many, many times. Never imagined I'd own a horse, let alone be the winning owner of the Preakness. Chad had a brilliant plan to bring the horse here and a brilliant plan for how the race is going to be run, and we sat exactly where we wanted to. Javier executed just perfectly on Chad's plan, and here we are right now.
Any more questions for Mr. Klarman? Oh, I'm blocking the light, sorry. We also need, if you guys could push the mics up as close as you can, have a little audio issue. Not with you, with upstairs. Questions for Mr. Klarman real quick. Childs?
When did you have a sense that this horse might be the sort of special horse that might be able to pull off something like this? It wasn't in the Derby, so when did you have that sense?
Mr. Klarman? Mr. Klarman?
Yeah.
I have to repeat the question upstairs real fast. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The question from Childs Walker is, Mr. Klarman, when did you realize you had a special horse that could do this?
Yeah, I think if people have seen his first race when he was maiden, he broke relatively poorly and made an amazing move on the outside. He looked like he had no chance to win, and he won that race. And Chad and I discussed after the race how special he was. We took the risk of moving him up into a stakes race and going long in his second race of his life, and he ran a fabulous second. So we knew we had a special horse. And of course, I'm not a horseman, but Chad is. And when Chad said this horse can do special things, we put him on the trail to Triple Crown type races.
Apologize for the DJ, gentlemen and ladies. We're going to try to work on that, if we could. Any more questions for Mr. Klarman? Don Marcus?
Don Marcus from the Baltimore Sun. Can you talk about what, growing up here, and you talk about being a racing fan, what got you into the business of racing, and how much different is it from what you do, for a living?
The question to Mr. Klarman is, growing up here in the Baltimore area, what got you into racing, and why are you here today?
Yeah, so I started out as a teenager handicapping, enjoying the races, enjoying the athletic performances, and also enjoying the puzzle of trying to figure out who might win a race. As an adult, I was offered the opportunity to participate in a small partnership and gradually became an owner about 25 years ago. And this is the culmination of 25 years of hard work and learning and trying to figure this game out.
How much different is this than what you do
in my regular life? Do you need to repeat it? Do you want to repeat that?
How much different it is?
We're trying to get, we're talking to somebody to try to get this sound. Just go ahead and do it.
In my regular life, I'm a long-term value investor, so we make patient long-term investors on behalf of our clients. This is gambling. This is a risky undertaking, so this is not at all like what I do in the rest of my life, but it does provide one of the highest levels of excitement that a person can have. It's really been a thrill, and this is the highlight of our career so far as thoroughbred owners.
One more question for Mr. Klarman, then we're going to have to let him go. Yes. The question is, does Mr. Klarman have any regrets not running in the Kentucky Derby?
Yeah, no regrets. I think possibly some of the reason that we won today was because we were patient and didn't throw an inexperienced horse against a 20-horse field in the Derby on a very difficult track. So I think that's actually why we're here today. I've also learned in life that you don't look back with a lot of woulda, coulda, shoulda, that we made a great call and we're ecstatic today, and we'll worry about the future, not the past. So thank you for the question.
Mr. Klarman, thank you. Congratulations. Thanks. We appreciate it. Hope to see you in New York. Mr. Klarman right now, for those upstairs, is leaving to catch a plane. Javier, Chad Brown, and Mr. Lawrence, Bill Lawrence, will answer the rest of the questions. And if you can hear any of the the loud music that's coming across upstairs. We are obviously it's a cloud computing fan that's playing the music right now, man. They're pretty happy with what's going on. All right, questions for Chad, Bill, or Javier? Yes, Charles.
Yeah, this is for Javier. Obviously, you run a different horse in the Derby. Why did you have so much confidence in this horse?
Javier, just one sec. Yeah, the question for Javier from Charles Walker is, you didn't run in the Kentucky Derby. What made you so confident to win today?
Well, I think I have a lot of confidence with the horse. I never have opportunity to ride a horse, you can see. But the way I saw the races and the analysis, Mr. Brown, they give me opportunity to ride a horse. I've been thankful for that. And it was a great combination. We have a good clip in the past, and the last couple of years we have been very successful. And be analysis and try to pick the best choice. And first of all, he gave me the opportunity to ride a horse in the Preakness, and I took it from there, and it worked out great. I think it was a great combination. I'm being blessed to have the opportunity. I think just to enjoy the ride.
Yes, Kevin. The question for Javier was it your strategy to get to the rail and go?
Well, I spoke to Mr. Brown before the race. We have a plan. We stick it with the plan. It worked out great. We analyze the race. We handicap it together. We have a lot of talk, so we put it together. And I think that's the most important in the relationship. When we have a great communication, I think it was the key to win the race.
Charles.
Chad, I guess same question I asked you earlier. I mean, when did you have the sense that this horse had this level of talent?
The question for Chad Brown is, Chad, when did you have the sense that this horse could win today?
Well, we always liked this horse as a 2-year-old. He got injured up at Saratoga. He was one of our first 2-year-olds to run, actually. Always showed a lot of talent right away. And ironically, him and Practical Joke were early identified of Seth and Bill's horses as two of the best of the crop. And Practical did well, and this horse got hurt. So we rested him, and Seth and Bill have always been extremely patient with their horses. No rush, and whatever's best for them, we do. We knew he was good right away. How do we know that he was this good? Preakness good? I'd say in his second start in the Gotham, when he was kind of chasing a fast pace and then made another run in the lane, he just never quit. You know, we huddled up and said, you know, this horse is really special, and he can go that far. How do we get to the Derby? And it just didn't work out in the wood. We just ran out of time. You know, looking back on it, it was a bit of a speed bias track that day, and he was one of the only horses that closed ground, really. But after that, it was, you know, it really wasn't a hard decision. We had the points, and we got together, and we just really zeroed in on this race, and thankfully it worked out.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Mark Viviano.
Yeah.
Read the end of it again. The question for Chad Brown is, a lot of trainers wait a lifetime to get a Triple Crown win. You got yours in your first try.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, it's not quite like that. I feel like it's been a lifetime for me, really, because you got to put a lot of time in. And you know, I've been training now for 10 years. We've run 4 horses in the Derby. It is our first Preakness try, but you know, if I personally put a lot of time in. My staff's put a lot of time in. And when you add the time as an assistant trainer for 2 great trainers, it you know, it feels like I've been doing it forever, really. So I don't take it for granted. I know I'm young, but you have to have an incredible team of people that share a common goal. And everyone has to have the same drive as me. And I feel I have that with my team. And outstanding jockeys to work with like Javier, and supportive owners that are patient. I mean, this horse was herded too and needed a lot of care and patience, and it all came together. So I feel like it was a lot of work and well-deserved by everybody.
I whispered to Chad in the winner's circle, best dirt trainer in the country, which is a little joke on the fact people think you can only train turf horses.
Chad, we have a question from upstairs.
Sure.
They want to know what your plans are for tomorrow in terms of, are you going to be at the stakes barn? When do you plan on shipping him out?
The horse is scheduled to leave tomorrow. We had lined that up ahead of time, and we're probably going to get back to our home base in New York. You know, the tough part about this job is I have a lot of other horses, and right now, luckily, good horses that, you know, need care and attention and training, and it's great to win, and we'll really enjoy it, but I got to get back to work tomorrow.
Do you have a time frame on that?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Figured out.
So you'll have that at the end of the
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles.
Chad, you alluded to you had a ton of success already in your career. I mean, you were the trainer of the year last year. Is there something unique about winning one of these races from the classic?
Yeah, it's particularly
Chad,
this race.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
No
buddy.
problem.
The question again to Chad is, hey, you've had success. You were Eclipse Award-winning trainer last year. Is there a level of success that this brings you, winning a Triple Crown race that maybe the others did not?
Absolutely. I mean, it's just such a rare race, a Triple Crown race, and huge for me, for our team, for our clientele. And another personal note, I was thinking about this in the winner's circle there, and you know, I've always praised my mentor, Bobby Frankel, who taught me so much, and it just seems like he's won every race but the Derby and the Preakness, really. It's just the only two races that eluded him, and in his unbelievable career. So I feel this is for him, at least from my viewpoint, and you know, without his mentorship, I certainly wouldn't be here.
Yes, sir.
Chad, Javier said you all kind of handicapped it for the race. You kind of set stalking.
Yeah.
Did it set up how you wanted it?
It sure did, and the first thing was getting a clean break. Here's a horse that's only run 3 times, and 2 of them he broke bad. So, and it's Javier's first time riding the horse, so I've made him aware of that. And you know, what helps in situations like this is that we have good chemistry. You know, he's ridden a lot of top horses for me and ridden them well, and we worked well together. So when I relay information about a horse or a plan, he knows just what I'm talking about, and he can get it done, and that's big. And once he got a spot early, we figured the race can be won or lost in that first turn, and I feel he won this race right in that first turn.
Got it. Another question from upstairs. The Belmont, the next big Triple Crown race. Your plans to?
Yeah, we really don't know. We were just going to take it race by race with this horse. You know, we're going to see. You know, do I think he's a 1.5 mile horse? He's never really struck me that way, but I'm not going to rule it out. Let's see how he comes out of it and who's running, and get a feel for it. And you know, I'll leave it as a possibility right now.
I will ask Mr. Lawrence the same question. Would you like to see your horse go to the Belmont?
Yeah, we'd like to see it, but only if it's the right thing for the horse. This horse ran a couple races 3 weeks apart. We all were pretty much in agreement that while it would be great to run in the Derby, I guess it helped that we had another horse run the Derby. He put in a nice performance. We're not going to hurt the horse. There's plenty of big races ahead, and we trust Chad and feel very confident in him. He'll let us know how the horse is doing and his team. They're working there every day. We're not there in the barn every day. I think we're pretty good about making suggestions, but following Chad's lead. So if he says go, we'll go. If he says no, we're not going to go.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Anyone else? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, the question for Mr. Lawrence is the actual acquisition of the horse as a yearling. What went into that decision?
Yeah, Mike Ryan bought it for us. Chad will remember more. We're very lucky. We own a lot of horses, and putting all the pieces backwards on where they were. But again, the point person for everything we're doing is Chad.
Yeah.
And he's involved from, we want him to know the horses he's going to get and make sure he's happy with them. Because again, him and his team are putting a lot of hours and a lot of work into developing these horses. So you may know a little more.
Yeah, I'd say about 3 or 4 years ago, we added Mike Ryan to help me identify these horses, and he found this horse, and we work well together at the sales, and he looks for these horses, and I'll come in and look at them and figure out what's going to fit for us, and we work together. But he deserves the credit for finding this one, and you know, his career speaks for itself. He's been doing it a long time, and we're happy to have him on our team scouting for us.
All right, we're going to have time for one more question, guys, either from upstairs or down here. Anyone from down here? Anyone from upstairs? Well, I will say, on behalf of the Maryland Jockey Club, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
well
very
done,
much.
gentlemen. Outstanding.
Thank you.
Thank you, boss.